So it was recently Tisha B'Av, so today I am talking about the shoresh Tav Shin Ayin, meaning 9. Shalom everyone, and welcome back to Hebrew Vocab Boost. Today I am talking about the shoresh Tav Shin Ayin, which means 9. And I am talking about this shoresh because we recently had in the Jewish calendar one of our saddest holidays, which is Tisha B'Av. And this is a holiday that it's not a festive holiday. It commemorates the day of in the Hebrew calendar that not just one but both of our holy temples were destroyed. And so it's a very sad day. Orthodox Jews spend the day in mourning. They fast for 12 hours. It's not a full 24 hours. It's just from dawn to dusk. And, it's basically a day of reflection. The name of the holiday, Tisha B'Av, just literally means the 9th of Av. Av is one of the months of the Hebrew calendar. So it's basically a date, something like when we say the 4th of July. So I was really surprised that I did not find a lot of words with this shoresh. They are basically all words related to the number 9. So I expect this to be a pretty short video. So let's take a look. First, we have the cardinal number 9, which is tesha in feminine and tisha in masculine. And if you remember, I just did 2 grammar videos on the modern number system in Hebrew. And so the feminine numbers are used to talk about feminine nouns. They're used to count feminine nouns. And the masculine numbers are used to count masculine nouns. And if you are simply counting, like doing math, you're going to use the feminine numbers. So both the masculine and the feminine numbers have construct forms. So according to Pealim.com, there are 2 construct forms for the feminine. So it can just look and sound exactly like the non-construct form, the absolute form, which is tesha. Or that first vowel can reduce down to a schwa, and it can sound like cha. So we hear that shortened construct form when we are using bigger numbers like 19 or 900. But if we are saying the 9 girls, to be honest, I'm not sure if it would be tesha ha-banot or cha ha-banot. To me, tesha ha-banot sounds more normal, but I'm not a native speaker, so what do I know? It's hard when someone like Pealim.com just tells you, oh, there are 2 forms, but you don't know, well, does that mean I can use either one whenever I want to? Or does that mean, when do we use one and when do we use the other? I do know that we do use that shortened form, cha, when we're saying 19 or 900. I want to add in here that it's not so easy to find out the answer to a question like this when the difference in question is a simple change of the vowels. Because where I would normally look for an answer is either at the Academia's website or at Pealim.com. But Pealim.com has already not given me the answer, right? They said that it could be tesha or it could be cha. They didn't explain when to use it. And when you go to the Academia's website, they're not going to give answers about like longer phrases like this. It's only if it's some kind of a compound word or an idiomatic expression. So I just wanted to put that out there because I didn't want you thinking that I don't care enough to research to make, to give you good information. The masculine construct form is tishat. So we would see this if we are saying like the 9 boys, tishat habanim, or 9,000 is going to also use this the masculine construct form. And like all numbers from 2 to 10, 9 can be declined with pronominal endings. The word decline in grammar terms, it's kind of like a verb conjugation where you get endings on the verbs and now it's conjugated. But this is for anything that's not a verb. So in Hebrew, nouns, prepositions, and as we see here, even numbers can get declined and have a pronominal ending. So when a noun gets declined, it usually has the meaning of possession. So if I'm talking about my husband, it's I would never say haba'al sheli. That sounds just really weird. I say ba'ali, and that e ending, meaning my husband, that's a declension. And when a preposition gets declined, the pronominal ending is just that's the object of that preposition. Bishvil just means for. So if I want to say for David, I would say Bishvil David. But if I want to say for him, it's Bishvilo, and it's all one word. For me, Bishvili. For you, Bishvilcha or Bishvilech. So these again are declensions. And when a number gets declined, what it means is that it's like the group of however many of us. So when we're talking about 9, this is going to be the 9 of us, or the 9 of you, or the 9 of them. And so to say the 9 of us, it's going to be cha'atenu. Cha'atenu. Now, you can see that there isn't actually a vowel underneath that ayin, but you can't just not say it the way you don't say an aleph that doesn't have a vowel. You still kind of need something there, cha'atenu, and so a vowel does end up coming out. Of course, all of these are going to be plural, right? You're not going to say the 9 of me. It's going to be the 9 of us, or the 9 of y'all, or the 9 of them. And so the us version is the only one that only has that is the same, whether it's a group of men or women or a mixed group. Now, if I want to say the 9 of you, I am going to differentiate whether the you is all men or a mixed group, and that's going to be cha'atchem. Cha'atchem. If it is a group of all women, then it's going to be cha'atchen, with a nun at the end. Cha'atchen. And for the 9 of them, so now this is third person, it's for a male-only group or a group of men and women, it's going to be cha'atam, with a mem sofit at the end. And if it's a group of all women, it's going to be cha'atan, with a nun sofit at the end. Now, I have done other vocabulary videos on number shorashim. I think I've done shin nun yod, meaning 2, and chet mem shin, meaning 5, and shin lamed shin, meaning 3. I'm pretty sure those are the ones that I've already done. And I have not included these declensions in my video. But that's just because those videos were, it started to get a little bit too long. But what I want to say is that these declensions can work for any number from 2 to 10. And so if you want to say something like the three of us, and I didn't mention it in the video, you can always look at pealim.com, and they actually give all of these declensions. Type in the number in letters, right? So if it's shalosh, you're just going to type in shin lamed vav shin, or probably shin lamed shin will also work. And press on the button where it says view full conjugation or something like that. It'll show you the absolute forms, the construct forms, the masculine, the feminine, and then it will show you all of these declensions. All right, so let's move on to the next number that involves this shoresh Tav Shin Ayin, and that would be 19, which, remember, the teens have still a masculine and a feminine. So for feminine, 19 is cha esre. Cha esre. So you hear that tesha has shortened into cha, and then esre. Cha esre. And for masculine, it is tish'a asar. Tish'a asar. All right, the next cardinal number is 90, and that is tish'im. Tish'im. So it fits the regular pattern of how to make a number that's a multiple of 10. So they all basically have the shoresh letters and then an im ending. And then, you know, obviously there's always some kind of funky vowel change. But tish'im, even if you didn't know what it meant, it would be pretty easy to figure out. All right, our next number is 900, and that is cha me'ot. Cha me'ot. So again, we have the feminine construct version of the number 9, which is cha. And we use the feminine because the word for 100 is a feminine noun. And so we also use the plural because there's 9 of them. So cha me'ot. All right, and for 9,000, it's going to be tishat alafim. Tishat alafim. And so this one does use the construct, the masculine construct form of 9, and then the plural form of 1,000, which is 1,000 is elef and thousands is alafim. Tishat alafim. Chi'i and chi'it are the ordinal numbers. So it means ninth, as in ninth in a row or ninth place, right? This is first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. And the feminine version can also be used as the fraction 1/9, chi'it. Now we normally see this in the Academia's website, but in the Academia's website, it only says that this means ninth as the ordinal number, not as the fraction. But I have a dictionary. It's a Ben Yehuda pocket dictionary, copyright 1964, so getting a little old, but it does show that chi'it can also be the fraction 1/9. So I think just like a ninth is a really weird fraction. It's just not a number that we say very often. All right, and all of these words that I've mentioned are attested in the Tanakh, and they're also all used in modern Hebrew. So that's it for today. That is all about the shoresh Tav Shin Ayin, meaning 9. As usual, if you have any questions or feedback, please leave them in the comments and I will do my best to respond. Hit like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see more. Lehitraut bapa'am hapa'a. See you next time.